Hello. I have things to say. Hence, I am on the internet. Things to say. I really wish the game would stay loaded when I don't load that for a while, but probably a way around that, actually. Oh shit. I just had a thought. I had a thought for my own setup. Pulled out my mouse and keyboard on like a pull-out tray on my desk, and I pulled it out like I'm playing a PC game. This uses a controller. I know that. Right, I left it off at that point where I was like, hey, just save it. I forgot. Let's say that for the Phoenix Wings. Right. It's their day off. And now we're going to sleep. Welcome to the stream. Time to go to bed. Yeah. But yeah, I have things to say. So today, I bought a lottery ticket for the first time in a very long time. I usually tend to buy those things in waves, or I'll buy them once in a while. I'll buy them like every week, like a few months. And I'm like, this is dumb bullshit. You're never gonna win. So I stopped. Put it in my pocket. Got home. It was gone. The ticket's gone. And now I'm gonna be sitting here like, what if that one ticket I lost was a winner? And it's just like, I think it hurts. You never know. I mean, the chances are astronomically low, but it's higher than 0, therefore the thought will always be there. Yes. We're back together as a class. It's easy getting this far, but we have one less thing to worry about now. I owe it all to Elisa's support and encouragement. I'm surprised we didn't immediately go into a scene with every single person in this bath, and then they're just like hanging out in the bath talking. But I'm glad the game is reminding me that the whole point is to rescue Elisa and Elephant, because I keep forgetting they exist. I gotta figure out what we're doing. Can we even figure something like that out by tomorrow? Gotta bring at least some ideas to the table, but what? I'm happy we're together again, but we've got a lot to decide about our future, and it's something we need to decide as a team. Everyone's had their own challenges to face and problems to conquer, but each of them faced what they were given head on. Man, he even has these thoughts to himself. He doesn't just like express this to other people. He's such a pure baby with demon powers. A pure baby demon power boy. Thinking back in our reunions, I think the one who left the strongest impression was... Oh, is this me deciding who I like the most? Who left the strongest impression? Fuck. I don't know. I went with Crow last game, and look how that fucking turned out. Can't wait to get betrayed again. I mean, Sharon leaves a pretty strong impression. Alright, let's just go down the list. Not Elisa. Elliot, maybe. Laura, maybe. Marcus, maybe. Emma, maybe. Uses, maybe. E, maybe. Gaius, nah. Millie, maybe. Toval, nah. Captain Claire, nah. Sarah, maybe. I have so many maybes. How do I... I mean, well, the one with the strongest conviction would be useless. Let's just go with that. He belongs to one of the 4 great houses, and yet he used that position to search for our whereabouts instead. Considering how important his father and brother are in the noble alliance, that couldn't have been an easy decision for him. He was never willing to compromise his sense of responsibility and tried to find his own path to believe in instead. I wish I could be like him. I wish I could be that strong.
You seem to be quite comfortable having the whole spring to yourself.
Oh, I see. So I was choosing who I'm going to have this one-on-one scene in the bathroom with.
Oh, hey.
The
I didn't
music.
think anyone would be swinging by this late.
The music. Literally, I'm guaranteed whoever I chose would be walking through that door.
I figured everyone would be fast asleep by now.
I might have been, but I noticed you leaving your room, so I thought I'd see what you were up to.
The thing is, I've seen enough things in this game so far that would make me want to do multiple playthroughs just to see the differences in the scenes. Because everyone, like, even the people I optionally bring, they have their own voice lines and everything. And, like, the game is, like, referring to the fact that they're there. So, you can see a lot of care has been put into this stuff.
Would you mind if I joined you?
Sure, go right ahead.
As that means there's, what, 13 versions of this one cutscene? I mean, plot-wise, I assume we would just end up being the same.
The feeling of relaxing in a hot spring during winter truly is indescribable.
Like, the general plot beats would be the same, but I imagine the details would be a little
The warmth that
different.
spreads through your body is oddly comforting.
This is my favorite season to use the springs too. Still, what made you want to come back in here? I mean, I know it's nice and it's not like I can talk, but we were all in here earlier today.
Oh, it's okay. So the game just skipped that scene.
I thought that this might be a good opportunity to talk to you. I'd like to thank you, Reen.
Thank me? Thank me for what? I don't feel like I've done anything that warrants being thanked.
For everything that has happened until now, I suppose. Thank you for surviving all this time so that we could meet again. And thank you for risking everything by traveling into one of the noble faction's largest strongholds to find me. Crow may not be with us, but it was all thanks to you that we were able to come together like this.
Rest in pieces soon.
Thanks to me? That's not true. It was only thanks to everyone's support, yours included, that I was able to do anything at all.
I can see why you'd feel that way.
It's times like this that makes me sad that my face is covering things.
Still, I believe Class 7 is what it is because you are at its center.
Which means... Ah!
We all believed you would rise up against the odds. And that's why we're here right now, fighting at your side.
I should put my camera on a hotkey.
I know I'm not the only one who feels as much. So, thank you, Reen.
Then for, like, important cutscenes, I can just, like, take my face out.
I'm not sure laughing is the most appropriate reaction.
This is, like, weirdly humble for you, sis.
Especially since you're always the one making us listen to those ridiculously florid speeches with a straight face.
Got him.
I'm sorry. I wasn't laughing at you. It just finally hit home that everything Elise said was true. I had no idea that everyone was thinking of me as much as they were, or that so many people were looking out for me. It just made me realize all over again how blind I've been all this time. So I couldn't help but laugh at myself.
I see. Know this. The bonds forged between us will not be broken easily. I hope you'll never forget that.
Don't worry, I won't. And now that Class 7 is together again, I'm sure we'll be able to go back to the Academy one day. As long as we don't give up, I know we can make that a reality. So, let's give it everything we've got.
I fully intend to.
Yeah. I would have been so awkward if that, like, sweet kind of romantic music came on as Millie walked in. Art support, what does that do? What do? I would hope that maybe there were like a few different themes depending on who walked in. 'Cause I was brimming with bromance. Our meeting isn't until this afternoon, which means I got plenty of time to figure out what we can do beforehand. Alright, free day time. This time, Laura, Emma, Eustace, and Sarah have 2 bonding events each that can be viewed instead of 1. Okay. Looking at one of these characters after viewing the first bonding event will allow you to view their second. How many points do I get? 7? Holy shit. Alright, it's like Super Friend time. Super Friend time! First things first, though. What does art support do? Sometimes increases the power of the partner's offensive arts by 1.2 times. I like the links in this one. They're all like, everyone's got like... Almost everyone has a different one. Which is nice. Okay, so we have 7. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There's 16. We're gonna view 7 out of 16. I'm gonna go snowboarding. Let's go. I almost didn't even see that flag. We're going uphill. Not realistic. As I hop like this. Completely changes my momentum.
I did it!
That was an expert course? Difference is purely cosmetic. Okay. I got a new board. Kind of curious to see it now, but we'll see it. We'll see it next time. Got me some leggings. It's better than the. Oh, it's straight up better than the puppy. Oh, it's the same, just better. Okay. Ooh. Why did I get passion leggings? That's what it was. I'll take that. Okay, I still don't know what to... The real question is, who do I not care about? Who do I care about the least? But Maki's doesn't even have one. I think we'll do Sharon, Millie. Okay, so we've done one with Fee already, so we can cross her off. That's fine. That's about it, though. I think. Wait, how many? Hold on. I did one with Fee and Machias. I've done more than that. Oh no, I've done one with Sharon already. That's right. Okay, I'll skip Sharon as well. So no Fee, no Elisa, no Sharon. After that, I don't fucking know. I'm thinking no Claire. Claire's fine. I have no desire. I have no draw into spending one of the points on Claire, though. So we'll skip Claire. Let's see what Millie's up to. Super bored, so I think I might check out the souvenir shop. What kind of stuff do you think they got over there? I think it's cool. We're about to have a major discussion about our class's future. How can you be bored? Okay, don't answer that, but could you at least brainstorm something to contribute to the discussion? Nope. You know I'm never going to come up with anything, and no matter what you decide, it doesn't change things for me. One way or another, Lemmy and I are going to keep on fighting with you guys. You just pick a path and we'll bust it open. Good to know. But we do value your opinions. You might want to think things over. This is just going to end up with Michi plushies and shit. Whatever, let's go. Tell you what, why don't I join you? I've been there tons of times. You know I'll be able to recommend something nice. Really, you're the best, Green? Let's go. Passed out for the last bit of your stream last time. I woke up at like 8ish. I thought it was 8 a.m. That's fine. I think I said this before, but when I had that, when I slept for 16 hours through New Year's Eve, I had a dream that I'd slept for like a day and a half, and that it was actually Saturday. And when I woke up, I'm like, "Fuck, what day is it?" I knew I had been asleep for a long time. There really is a bunch of unusual stuff here. Really good selection for a place smack dab on the boonies. That's partly thanks to Mr. Kafai. He always brings things when he comes to visit. Like those manju, for example. They're a confectionery item from the east that have been tweaked a bit. Whoa, they look really good. You think Lecter would like them? Oh, so he's the one you're buying a souvenir for? You got it. Forgot Lector existed. He bought me a little Mishi strap when he was over in Crossbell, so I want to get him something too. Kind of wanted it to be something he can always keep with him over something that's gonna go bad, like food though. That's a good point. Thought he was missing though? No one's heard from him since he was in Crossbell, right? Yeah, well, I'm sure he's fine. I mean, he's Lecter. It'd take more than a war to finish him off. Claire and I survived, so I can't imagine he wouldn't. He's just gonna show up one day like, hi, and that'll be it. I don't remember when Millie was in Crossbell. Was it before we ever met her? It must have been. Millie's never left our side? I don't remember. My memory is shit. I hate it. Well, at least trust him, I guess. Then again, that makes sense. I mean, you Ironbloods probably think of each other like siblings, right? Or, I don't know, do you? Though if that's the case, that makes Chancellor Arsborn your dad, maybe? I don't know. I've never really thought about it. Especially with Gramps. I've got siblings, sure, but hard to say if someone feels like a parent when you've never had one. What? What does she mean she's never had any parents? I wonder what's gonna happen to us Ironbloods now, though. Claire's got a job in the RMP that she can't even do without Gramps around. But without him there to give me orders and all my old missions finished, I don't know what I'm supposed to do, really. I'm not needed as a piece on his game board anymore. Don't think like that, Milliam. Or let me say this, even if you're not needed on some game board, you are needed by us. Not as a piece, you're needed as a very important classmate and friend. Really? I can't tell you what you should do with your life from here on. But what I can tell you is that we're here for you. And even if you don't know what to do with yourself now, I'm sure you'll figure things out eventually, with or without us. Huh. Maybe you're right. I do kind of feel like sticking with you guys will help me figure something out. Speaking of figuring stuff out, I'm buying a manju. My stomach's gurgling just looking at it. Maybe you're supposed to be buying a souvenir for Lecter? Oh, whatever. She seems happier now. I guess that's what matters most. She doesn't have parents because she's fucking synthetic. She was born in, she was made in a laboratory in a test tube. That's my thought, and I'm sticking to it. She's Vivi from Final Fantasy IX. She's a clone, or she's the original, and the other one's a clone. She's the experiment of clone technology. Both clones. They could both be clones. One's the emotional one, one's the emotionless one. But who were they clones of? Who was the original? That's the real question. You? I didn't know you were a little girl. You never told me that. I feel lied to. Claire, something wrong? Hello, Reen. It's nothing major. I just received an update from one of my men that contains some information I found personally relevant. Oh, well, I won't pry. But at risk of sounding condescending, try not to push yourself too hard. Today is one of the few chances we'll get to rest. I appreciate the concern. So you have bigger things to worry about than my well-being, like the future of Class 7, for example. And with the town's defenses as solid as they are, now's the perfect time to sit back and figure all of that out. Maybe we'll talk to Claire. Maybe. I'm undecided. Mr. Gizmo's an amazing craftsman. Why is this a thing? I don't understand why this is a thing. Is it just the 6 of us? Why? I don't... People who are into wet feet or something? Is that a thing? Feet, yes, but wet feet? That are like, you can't even really see them, they're all refracted and shit? Doing some shopping. That's right, since you've all been gathering for a discussion in the Phoenix room, I thought I might help out in the kitchen. I also thought I could prepare some food for your father, seeing as your mother has other business to attend to. It's awfully generous of you. There are no towels. They might be there. With several Ouroboros members having recently revealed themselves to us, I can't help but assume they're up to something. I'd like you to know, Reen, that no matter what happens, my alliance will always lie with you and your classmates. Please ensure that whatever you decide on this afternoon is something you can do without regret. Thanks, Sharon. To the end of time. Sharon doesn't need my help. Camilla's into you, sis. He's mine. I would just slow her down, it's true. Sharon would have to be like, this is how you do everything. She would just present it to me like a cooking show, but doing it in real time at the same speed of a cooking show. Here's one I prepared earlier, like 10 seconds ago. Wedding cake or something. That's a cooking show I would watch. I would watch. I don't know about you, but I would watch a Sharon cooking show. She'd be so proper, but also, like, super insanely talented at it. And then instead of cleaning the dishes, she just, like, throws out her assassin wires and tears them to shreds. I don't think I actually want any of these. That could be useful. I do have a number of chrono drives equipped. Could be useful. Nah. How's my my bombs? Low on the Celestials, I buy 2. Did I get around to getting the TLoHs? Maybe I should get like some rare ones too. I'm assuming that was the thing. She'd ask you to get something outside of the room by the time you get back, she'd be done. That's probably what the bonding event is, honestly. I just got extra EP. I mean, it's better than nothing. It's just 2 U material each. That also means other people can have TLoH like they fucking should. You want to Elliot. I wanted to have 1 on hit. And some spells. I don't want to give up the cast either. I'll give up the ingenuity for TLoH. Someone else can have that at some point. You already have a TLoH. Did I already use both my rare ones? I think I already used both my rare ones. I don't think she even needs EP cut. EP cut. Oh yeah, I haven't even like... He hasn't been in my party, so he has nothing. Move 2? I suppose. We'll go burn. And... sleep. And... Cool. A mine? No, I want some more spells in here. Get a fire spell, because no one ever has fire spells. Okay, we'll do Laura. Meeting is in the mansion. Talk to Fee, though. This dog's named Badil, right? He's cute. Yeah, Dad raised him to be a hunting dog, believe it or not. He's a sweetie, though. Looks like a smart one to me. Petting him's pretty relaxing, too. I'll stay with him for a bit while I think about what we should do. Think about it, it's just about feeding time. Man, they're not gonna guilt me because it's like, it's more about feeding the dog than hang out with Fee. Even the air here feels clean. It's not hard to see why Yun Kai is so fond of this village. I hope that I'll get the chance to bring Father and Klaus here one day. We'd be happy to have them, and don't worry, I'm sure you'll have plenty of chances once the war is over. I hope so. I suppose that's another reason for us to hasten its conclusion. But I'm still at a loss as to how, though. What should we do, I wonder? She's definitely racking her brain over this. Maybe a break would do her good. Why don't we go somewhere and take a break? It's good to take a breather sometimes when you're stuck on a difficult problem. That sounds reasonable. In that case, I'd like to ask you a favor. Would you escort me to your room? What? Hold on. No. I just had my romantic bath with Eustace. This is not... What? This is your bedroom? I'm surprised. This is his bedroom? I don't think I've actually been in it. The decor has something of an Eastern feel to it, fitting for a former student of Yun Kai's. Is there anything here that's particularly representative of the 8-leaf school? I should have known. You caught me off guard when you asked to see my room, but it figures that's what you're interested in. Why would you be surprised? It's nothing. As for your question, I don't have all that much, I'm afraid. Wait, actually I have some tea leaves Master Kafai gave to Dad a while back, I think. How about it? You up for having some green tea? Really? I'd like that very much. The tea was green. Green tea isn't really that green, by the way. It's more often an orangey brown. This is quite a refined taste indeed. Unless it's matcha tea, then that shit's green as fuck. It isn't my first time tasting green tea. Monica let me sample the tea served at our class's tea house during the festival, but this seems to have more depth to it, to its flavor and fragrance. Master Kafai is a huge fan of this kind, apparently. He brought it back from the East himself. He's always bringing gifts whenever he comes to visit, so he's popular among the locals. Everyone here likes him. Really now? I've yet to have the opportunity to meet him in person, but I can easily see why he and Father get along so well. Would you happen to know where he is now? No, afraid not. That letter I received from him during our vacation here didn't specify. He's always been something of a vagrant. He wanders the continent throughout the year, stopping off wherever he pleases. So while I couldn't tell you where he is, I'm sure he's just fine. I imagine so, if rumor is to be believed. He's as proficient with a blade as Father, if not more so. Are you worried about your dad? I am. I try to avoid admitting it publicly, but it's a fact. His skill is as immense as ever, but given the various new weapons that have come into play during the war, along with other powerful warriors such as General Aurelian that night from Ouroboros, yeah, I can't blame you for being a little concerned under the circumstances. Still, all we can do in the meantime is keep going and do what we're able. So long as we keep that up, I'm sure we'll be reunited with him in due time. Maybe. No, you're right. In a sense, this is but another trial we must overcome to reach greater heights. Yeah, I know we can overcome it so long as we're together. I'm gonna get so many link-ups. Oh yeah, there's a second one. I forgot there's a second. I don't know if I'll talk to her and see what it's about. That tea was delicious. Thank you for allowing me to join you. Incidentally, Kovo mentioned that you used to train somewhere deeper in the mountains. Is that true? Yeah, in the Isengard range. Wait, don't tell me you're planning on going up there on your own. Well, after that break, I feel like doing something more active. A walk in the crisp, snowy mountains should clear my mind just perfectly. I wouldn't mind a mountain walk. Maybe. We'll think about it. We'll think about it. How's my links with people? Emma's 2, Elisa's 2, Geis is 2. Maybe I'll do Emma just because it's 2. Should I do this based on links or based on who I like? Alright, I'm definitely doing Elliot uses Sarah. So let's do those. Alright, uses your first. Deciding what our class should do has proven more difficult than expected. Still, I left Berea hard so that I could make my own decisions about my life. I'll make this one for myself too. Even if the decision is yours, a burden doesn't have to be. House Berea's problems concern every single one of us. There's no reason you need to sort out all of this on your own. We've been with you this long. That's not going to change. Thank you, but I'm aware. A better break would help him clear his mind and make better decisions. Should I drag him into one? Yes. Want to come look after Arthur with me for a bit? Who in blazes is Arthur? Or was that the name of our family's horse, Garden 1? Since you're kind of a horse expert, I'd really appreciate it if you could help me out with him for a bit. Why not? I'd like to see him myself. Lead on. I kind of assumed we were going to play pool, because there was a pool table right in front of us. This is a fine horse. Has a strong air and dignity about it, much like the young horses back at the academy. Yeah, he does. He's pretty friendly too, isn't he? He's been here since Dad took me in, so he's getting up there in years. But he's still got that same energy. Dad still takes him out hunting along with Badeau. I see. I imagine his dignified appearance is a result of much experience, then. He does appear to be in dire need of some exercise, however. His muscles aren't quite as defined as they should be. Wow, I'm amazed that you could tell. You're not in the riding club for nothing. He hasn't had much chance to get out and about since Dad was injured, so that's probably why. Then, if we can, I'd like to do something about that. What say you to giving him a good brushing before we take him out? I think he'd like that a lot, actually. Yeah. Horse riding. Seems really happy to be out of the village. It's been quite a while since he last had the chance. So it appears. I imagine that he would rather go out hunting with his master, however. Horses are always far more comfortable with their usual rider. My family and the riding clubs are no exception. That makes sense, but with Dad's injuries, I don't think he'll be fit to go out hunting anytime soon. Speaking of the riding club, do you have any clue what's going on back at Thor's? You were the one who managed to get the bike out of there, so I figure you might know something. Mind you that I was only able to do so through the Noble Alliance. I tried to make use of my position as a member of House Albrea as best I could. Unfortunately, my authority pales in comparison to my father, Rufus's, so I'm afraid that was the most I could do. That's a shame. Still, I appreciate you trying. I really do owe you a lot, even for little things like helping me look after Arthur. I hardly think I deserve your thanks. Being my father's son, some of the responsibility for his disgraceful actions falls on my shoulders as well. I have a duty to do all within my power to atone for that to both Baron Schwarzer and Ymir's people. I'm sure my brother feels similarly, even if he appears to be prioritizing his role in the Civil War at the moment. Like I said back in Briarheart, there's no reason for you to feel responsible for what happened here. I understand that you're concerned about your father and your brother, but dwelling on the past benefits no one. All we can do is keep moving forward. You do have a point. No burden out there exists that you should have to shoulder alone. Not as long as you're a member of Class 7. As long as we're together, we'll be able to carry the weight of any burden. One would think I'd be used to how our class works by now. The imperial nobility should show its spirit through actions over words. Exactly. We both know what we need to do. We swore it to one another when we fought that moment you came back to us. Indeed, and I fully intend to do as promised. Excellent. We bonded yet again. What's your next one about? Horses are wonderful creatures. After spending some time with yours, I have to admit that I am feeling more optimistic, despite the fact that I'm still freezing after all that time outside. Perhaps I should head over to the tavern and get a hot cup of tea. That should make planning our next move easier. I might have cut myself. You just had tea with Laura. How much tea can you drink? Jesus. I say with tea in front of me. After I had, water and milk. I guess herbal stuff is really easy to just pound back. Alright, Sarah. What's up? Well, seeing as Toval and Miles are safe, I'm guessing all the braces here in Ereboni are probably okay. Wish I could say the same for our colleagues over in Crossbell, though. Can't even get in touch with Wenzel. Friend of yours? We go back a ways, yeah. He used to be registered as a bracer here, but eventually he packed up and moved to Crossbell. Anyway, leave worrying about the guild to us. You've got enough on your plates as it is. Just focus on what move you guys are going to make next. If you feel like you need a break, I'd be happy to join you, though. Yeah, let's go on a break after going on a break. After going on a break. After going on a break. It's just going to be 7 breaks in a row. Checking where they are. It's hot, I see. Alright, I can use the company. I was actually thinking of heading to the tavern for a drink or two. What do you say to a little change of venue? That's fine with me, but I'll stick with living the dry life. Figured you'd say that. Come on, then. She's getting drunk. This is the good stuff. It's got a very mellow taste, but it's sweet and refreshing, too. I had no idea you can make something so good out of rice, of all things. It's a kind of alcohol from the east that Master Kafai brought here, I believe. Gerald said it's called, June My Shoe. That Master Kafai sure knows his stuff. He sounds like a man I'd love to drink the night away with. He's always been a bit of a heavy drinker, so I'm pretty sure he'd take you up on that if you asked. But you might want to cut down on the booze. With things so shaky now, you never know when you'll need to take action. I know. I'm not planning on getting myself plastered when you've got the discussion later on, so don't freak out. I think I've earned a bit of alcoholic relaxation time personally. After all, I went cold turkey while I was in hiding. It was torture. Would you deny your poor instructor some sweet, sweet relief? Sure, relief, let's call it that. What have you been doing all this time anyway? We didn't hear so much as a rumor about you. Oh, I was just lying low, gathering what information I could through connections from my guild years. Information about what was going on elsewhere in the country, the capital in particular, that kind of stuff. In the capital? Did you manage to find anything out? No more than you did yourself, sad to say. The Noble Alliance is doing a great job of keeping information from leaking out of the city. After that, I decided to sneak into the Croydon province to follow the Alliance's movements from there. That was when I ended up getting in contact with Eustace. I see. It's pretty impressive you were able to do so much all on your own. Well, working alone and gathering information are two things I had to get used to during my guild years. So it was nothing new for me. If anything, I'm more impressed with everything you've managed to do. I was glad to see everyone here was okay after that Jaeger attack, too. Sounds like it was a high-ranking corps. Yeah, the Northern Jaegers under orders from Duke Alberea. Fortunately, there were no fatalities, even if the experience was pretty traumatic for everyone. Dad's woken up now, too, so there's been no real long-term damage there. We had the goddess's blessings in that respect. Sorry I couldn't be able to help you when you needed it most, Reen. You don't need to apologize. You couldn't possibly have known what was going to happen. What if she did? Is something wrong? You look distracted all of a sudden. No, it's nothing. I was just thinking about what a relief it is that your dad's okay. You always seemed like such a pleasant man, especially for a noble. Handsome, too. I don't like where this is going. Oh, relax. I'm just kidding. Anyway, all that aside, you've made it this far. You can make it the rest of the way, too. Just keep your eyes on the future. That starts by deciding what to do next. You're right. We'll all be counting on your support. Ah, this stuff is awesome. Can you at least let me finish before you wind up passed out on the floor? Finishing her drink, Reen led an ever so tipsy instructor Sarah back to the Phoenix Wing. Doesn't she have a second one? Is the second one her puking, holding her hair back? This drink's got me feeling kind of sleepy. I can't afford to doze off during your discussion later. Maybe I should go out and get some air. A little exercise always sobers me up faster for some reason. How about it? Want to join me? We will hold on. Hold on to that. Guess Elliot's upstairs. Let's talk to the maid first. Oh, Maki is. Hey, maid. Just as perplexed about what you are to do next. I thought bouncing ideas off Elliot might help me think of something, but again, no dice. I'm afraid my thought process hasn't been much better. It goes without saying that saving Elise, Princess Alvin, and your dad takes top priority for me, but we need to consider the country as a whole before we commit to something. The war is taking away our right to be selfish. Which means we need to weigh in on more than just what we want. As nice as it would be to abuse Valamar's power willy-nilly. It's irresponsible. What? Oh. Sitting here brings back memories. Remember trying to lock down ideas for a concert in the middle of a trip? I guess it wasn't that long ago, but it feels like another lifetime, especially since Crow was with us then. Yeah, it really does. But it's not another lifetime, is it? It's this one. There's no reason that all of us hanging out and having fun has to say a thing of the past. The only hard part is figuring out how to make that a reality again. Which is admittedly pretty hard, but I'm thinking of ways to make it happen. Doesn't sound like he's getting anywhere. But his head's in the clouds. Let's take a break. The more frustrated you get over not being able to think of anything, the less likely it is that you actually will. Yeah, I guess you're right. I know just the thing to clear my head. You used to play the lute, right? If it's still around, can we take a look at it? Oh, we got up from the darkest depth of the mansion. Well, we managed to get permission to play here, but I've got to say, I'm feeling pretty tense about this. I haven't touched this lute in forever, so playing in front of a crowd all of a sudden is a bit... You'll be fine. Just play it like you played the guitar during the festival. One of the best things about music is that it can be made without any combination, or made with any combination of instruments. Well, if you insist, I'll give it a go. Better to try and fail than not try at all, right? Yeah. Oh, that was actually pretty fun. See, I told you it'd be fine. Not being up on stage or having lights in your face takes off a lot of pressure, too. I sometimes used to perform like this at the concert cafe back at home. Really? Still, I'm guessing it'd be even more fun if I could play half as well as you do. I don't know if I'm really as good as you make me sound, Reen. Got a lot of practice ahead of me if I decide to pursue a career in music. Emphasis on the if. That's right, your dad's finally giving you permission to go through with it if you want. Have you started giving it any serious thought yet? Yeah, a bit. Not that I'm getting anywhere. I'm happy to have his approval, but it's still not a decision I can make lightly. It's probably silly to even be thinking about it now. I mean, we need to focus on getting through this war first. Not at all. There's nothing wrong with giving thought about your future when you can. You're right that it's something you can't take lightly, and it's still hard to tell how things will be after the war ends. But if pursuing a life of music is what you decide to do in the end, you got my full support too, not just your dad's. Thanks, Reen. But right now, we need to focus on our future as a class. Once the war's over, then we can start living for the future. Yeah, you're right. Ooh. Almost level 4. Okay. Alright, let's go with Emma, and then I have no idea for the last one. Like, absolutely no idea. Also, I need to talk to everyone. Secret side quests and all that stuff. Never talk to the chef. Or the main dude. Where were they? Where were they? Oh, in the tavern. Oh! Congrats on finally getting all your classmates back together. I'm glad to say they're all safe too, not like they ever seem like the kind of people who'd go down easily. Yeah, you're right. The hard part's still yet to come though. We might all finally be reunited, but now we need to sit down to decide exactly what it is we need to do to make a difference. Well, good luck with that. By the way, completely unrelated, but do you mind if I ask you a small favor? A favor? It's not often you ask favors of me. You see, we got a noble called Annabelle staying here at the moment, but I haven't seen her since she left to go fishing yesterday. She's been gone for a whole day? That's right, she's always seemed to be crazy about her fishing, but this is the first time she's been gone this long. It's in the middle of winter too, so I'm a bit worried about her. If you're free, I'd really appreciate it if you went out to look for her. Absolutely, I was gonna try finding her anyway, because I can probably buy a thing with my angler points. Yeah, she's got to be in the valley somewhere. Valley's not that big either, so that's fine. I should probably follow your guys' example and figure out what we're going to do next, to be honest. Hopefully we'll be able to keep working with you guys. Might be easier now that Sarah showed up again. I'm down if you are. There you go, but yeah, leave worrying about the good stuff to us. You guys have got your own stuff to take care of. It's so wonderful to be back with Celine again. Now I can focus on how we should act from here on out. Not that that will be a particularly easy decision. Yeah, we're glad to have you weighing in on the matter, though. Oh, I just remembered there's something I needed to buy from the shop in the village. Oh? I can't tell you what it is, I'm afraid. It's a secret. Now I'm getting curious, though. I know Celine's not allowed, but do you mind if I join you with your shopping? If it's okay, I mean. I know the shop here pretty well, so I might be able to help you find whatever it is you're looking for. Really? That would be lovely. But you've got to stay here, Celine. Rena and I can handle this on our own, so don't even try to follow us. Fine, whatever. All the secrecy's creeping me out anyway. We left a slightly sulky Celine behind. Here we go. The color looks just right, too. That's wool, right? I didn't know you could knit. I used to do it quite often back home, actually. I've been working on a scarf for Celine for a while now as a sort of reunion present. It's almost done, too, but I ran out of wool, so I came here to buy some more. Oh, really? In that case, why not finish it in our living room? That way you should be able to work on it without her finding out about the surprise. That sounds like an excellent idea. Thank you, Reen. Yo, that's like me before I have some sushi. Just like scraping them wood fibers off that cheap-ass disposable chopsticks. Made some tea. It's like the 5th cup I've had today. I think this deep blue color will really suit her. Yeah, definitely. I can't wait to see how it'll look when it's done. It's nice to see how close the two of you are. Close? You really think so? She's certainly important to me, but at the same time, she's not exactly pleasant to me most of the time either. I don't think she means any harm by it. Don't tell her that I said this, but she was really worried about you the whole time we were separated. I know for a fact that she cares about you, even if she has a tough time putting it into words. Really? Thanks for telling me. We've been together since the day I was born, but I guess I still have a hard time reading her. Once I began training to become a full-fledged witch, she became my familiar. So in a sense, she's like a sister to me. Really, I'm kind of jealous. As far as siblings go, it's like you two can be completely open with one another. But when it comes to Elise, I always find myself holding back from saying what I'm really thinking. You say that, but I'm sure Celine is still keeping plenty of things from me. I can certainly be more open with her than I can with Vita, though, at least. If you don't mind my asking, how are you two related anyway? You said she was something of a sister to you when we first found out her true identity. She's a sister in the sense that we both trained to become witches together. I always admired and looked up to her, both for her skill in witchcraft and her beautiful voice. Even now, I feel like I'll never be able to catch up to her in terms of raw talent. Maybe you can, maybe you can't. All you can do is keep trying, really. Suppose. One thing's for certain, you won't be able to catch up with her in a day. You didn't learn how to knit that scarf in a day, right? That took time. Catching up to Vita shouldn't feel any different. All you can do is keep trying to better yourself. When you put it that way, you have a point. Thank you for the encouragement, Reen. I feel a lot better now. Alright, Celine likes her scarf. Alright, she got the second one too. We're glad that Celine ended up liking the scarf after all, even if she is still too embarrassed to wear it. I'm not embarrassed. I'm just distraught that you waste your time and energy making something for me. Make sure you get some rest now, okay? I will. We're so happy together. Gotta be some place where we can unwind together. I have 1 point left. There's so many. Why did they give me like 16 to choose from? Give me 7 points. I don't remember what Eustace's second one was. I think it was exercise? No. What the hell was Eustace's second one? I could go with Gaius. I haven't even talked to him yet. Agree and give him some me time. He's had so many breaks and so many cups of tea, I'm surprised he isn't bursting at the bladder. I think a quiet church would be a perfect place to sit and think about what we can do. So far, it hasn't done me much good. There has to be something we can do to help people of Erebonia, but what? Yeah, hopefully, whatever we decide will help people in Nord, too. Gotta be something that only we can do that will help better people's lives. We just need to figure out what. That's about the point I'm at. Still, if we keep thinking it over, I'm sure the winds and the goddess will grant us their inspiration eventually. No. I don't know what it is. I just don't have a lot of interest in Gaia's. Meanwhile, I have talked to everyone. I can't remember. I'll decide when I remember what the hell, what uses the second one was gonna be. Oh, more tea. No more tea! No more tea for you, Reen. You've had too much. I think it was both Sarah and Laura want some exercise. I'm gonna go with Laura. Go training in the mountains. Or just for a walk, whatever. If you're really that interested, I can show you the way there. Would you? I'd be very grateful. We should set out at once. Together, Reen and Laura climb the mountain path. Well, I wasn't expecting the climb to be quite so lengthy. Or that far, really. You conducted your training a remarkable distance from Ymir for one so young. Yeah, we spent about a month living up here away from civilization. We trained almost every day, but even when I wasn't training, he was teaching me how to live side by side with nature. We had to catch our own food, secure a place to sleep every night. Sometimes we'd even challenge monsters as practice. Oh my, that does sound rather harsh. You were just a boy at the time of your training, yes? I can't fault it, however. The RSA school does have similar practices. Even when I was a child, I would often join the students in training in the mountains. I'm not surprised to hear the RSA school's training right up there with the 8 leaves. I made it through in one piece, but I was completely exhausted by the end. Elise was really worried about me. She wouldn't stop crying when I'd finally come back home. That's not hard to picture. After taking a look at the scenery, there's not a doubt in my mind that training here would be a valuable exercise. Yeah, it certainly was. Standing up here and being surrounded by nature serves as a reminder of just how small and insignificant we really are. I suppose you could say the same about our swords in this war. Sorry, Laura, I'm not following. No matter how much its wielder trains, realistically, a mere swordsman stands no chance against a force of tanks or soldats. That being the case, what significance do swords even have in this war? I've been pondering this a lot lately, and I still haven't reached an answer. That's a good question. And yet, when I look around at the vast mountains surrounding us, I feel like I've been liberated from those worries. It wasn't just because she was a skilled warrior that the Lance Maiden was able to end the war of her time. That played a role, certainly, but she must have possessed numerous other qualities that contributed. Yeah, that's true. And in the same way, I'm sure there's a role that swords can play in ending this war too, even if they can't do it alone. My thoughts exactly. We simply have to find it, and as a class, I know we will. Yeah, or it reminds me of that story. Was it the French cavalry? It was like it was World War II that introduced tanks. There's some sort of story of like this terrible defeat because like guns and tanks had been in the fight, and it was like the French cavalry came with swords, and then they got destroyed. And like it's a comical story, but it's also like I'm sure it was a fucking massacre. I think maybe the people in charge of those armies weren't having the same thoughts as Laura. It's like, the tried and true method is the way of warfare. Charge! And then they all died to fucking gunfire. Alright, let's go find Annabelle. Have I talked to everyone? It sounds so small. I feel like there should be more people to talk to. Part of me thinks I should just bring lower level people. For the sake of bringing lower level people. So I'm gonna. Then we'll bring Claire. I ain't losing the free speed. He's too fucking slow. Alright, that's good enough. Oh, there's some new monsters.
This spot looks perfect for fishing.
Mm-hmm. So there's one other thing that, like, blew my mind today. I got an email, like a D&D Beyond promotional email, which I don't remember subscribing to, but whatever. It said it was last chance for, like, holiday gifting to also get a thing for yourself. And the thing you got for yourself was a digital dice set. And I was like, the fuck is a digital dice set? And I was like...
Not bad.
Like, my thought was, is it like dice with like digital displays that like are all cool, or is it like digital like in the computer? Turns out it's digital in the computer. D&D Beyond has like their version of Roll20, I guess. That's like in beta, and their skins for dice that you roll for like a dice roller on the D&D app, D&D Beyond app. And I was like, what?
Not bad.
Like, I guess it's an evolution, but like, it blew my mind because I was like, first of all, I've never heard of this. Second of all, I would never buy this. And then third, I looked at the price. They're between $8 and $15. I was like, what the fuck? Who would... Okay. I was like,
Not bad.
For dice, for like digital animations that roll on your screen, like over your digital character sheet. And I was like, do people just not care about any physical aspect of this anymore? Like, for that much money, those animations better be fucking baller,
don't get
is
cocky.
what I would
My
say.
turn.
And what I saw on Reddit was they were not.
Second floor.
I can do this.
Just like, oh, it blew my mind. I've never heard of it.
You're not getting within range.
And apparently the whole system is still, like, thoroughly in beta. And so to me, the fact that they're, like,
Right. Now's our chance.
Gotcha.
charging that much money
Too slow.
Here I
blows
go.
my fucking mind. But then, you know,
There.
it's not like
Here
it's
we
not
go.
like companies have to actually fully make products anymore.
No
They
problem.
just have to release it and say, "Oh, limited time.
Here I go.
It's
You'll
my
pay money for this, right?"
That takes care of them. Exactly how it should be.
How much was it before? Was it 30.15? I think it was 30.15. All right, Annabelle is not on the screen. Dumb monkeys. I noticed that the monsters don't change; they just add more. How many are we gonna end up with later on? Is it just gonna be completely filled with monsters? And also, when do we deal with this? If we never deal with this game, I'm gonna be very upset. That just sits there till like Cold Steel 4. I'm gonna be like, what the fuck?
Okie doke, let's get started.
My turn. All right, let's do
Leave
this.
it to me.
Right.
It's my turn.
I just remember there was a thing
Locked and look. You won't get away.
about increased range.
Yes,
What was
sir.
it? Fuck. This is gonna bug me.
Let me hit it. Good job.
You're mine.
You've grown up right before my eyes, Machias.
You do know you're younger than me, right?
This is gonna bug me so much. There was something about increased range and I wasn't sure how it would work. Oh, it was items. It was something about increased range for items. Was that an accessory? Maybe it was a Master Quartz. Yeah, okay. There's Claire's. But she's in my party too, so that's perfect. So I'm really curious how that works.
Now's our chance. Let's get him. My turn.
Alright, so item, Tear Bomb. Single target. The range is the same as my movement, which makes sense. So if I switch to Claire,
Sorry.
Leave this to me.
I do Tear Bomb. Single target. And it's bigger than her movement. Okay, so she can just move. She can use items from farther away. Also, none of these are actually AoE anyway. Unless there's one that's... Okay, look. Okay, let's look. Area S. That looks like an S area to me. I also can't swap again. Alright.
Rain down. Now.
Gotcha. I can do this.
If I do area S. Yeah, that's an area S. I guess it just adds range. Like, she has a lot of range because of her weapon. So I guess you can just use items from farther away. It's a very specific,
It's my
a very
turn.
specific thing in a
All right,
Master
let's
Quartz.
keep moving.
It's technically a tactical advantage, but I don't know if I would, like, put any real value on it.
There.
Stay on guard and don't get cocky.
No problem.
Just a line.
You're not getting within range. Now's our chance. Time to finish this.
Yes,
All right.
ma'am.
There, here,
Really?
here I go.
You're not dead?
Get him.
Onward. Good work, everyone.
I can
Attacks.
do this.
Her attack's too fucking slow.
Right.
They all have weapons.
Righto.
Okay, you can be there. I knew she'd be fine. Oh my, already tired? Oh yes, you certainly are. Any fish would be after fighting all night long. Got you. Come on, come on. Drat. Took my bait, swam off. Again? Why? Why, fish? Is your fishy stomach a bottomless pit of hunger? How did I know this is how we'd find her? I can't believe she's been fishing all night. Then again, I totally can. Excuse me, Annabelle, I think it would be best to return to Ymir and get some sleep. Considering how tired you clearly are, if you were to fall into the water, I dread to think what might happen. Oh, hogwash. I'm so close to finally catching it. I can already taste its deliciously filleted body. I refuse to go back empty-handed. That's simply unthinkable. She's so focused on fishing. Also, imagine saying that about anything other than fish. All I can think about is your deliciously filleted body. Like, imagine if like, Hannibal said that to you. You might think he's crazy. I know. What if I got the fish that you're after in your place? Would that work for you? Oh, fishing battle's what you want, is it? I'd be happy to accept. Let's see who can catch the little devil first, shall we? Game on. Is this gonna be like that fishing thing and like... What was it? I would think it was the second Sky game. God, that was long, but also, holy shit. I mean, it's supposedly a big fish. Let's go with the excellent rod. This can't be this easy.
Not what I had in mind.
Caught mystery fish. It's huge. Did you catch it? Did you? Did you catch the mighty blue devil? I don't know, whatever it is, it's gigantic. Come on. I had a feeling this would turn into a boss fight. That's why I saved. Caught it! You really caught it! This is the elusive blue devil. This is not a fish! What?
Enemy sighted. Prepare for battle. All
It's
right.
not a fish!
Now is the time to attack.
Leave this to me. Great! Now's our chance.
Gotcha! I can do this.
Well, it's weak to fire. Sandy.
Yes, sir!
Riot beam. Can I feint it? It's weak to feint, technically. As in, not resistant to feint.
You're mine.
I really need to steal that zero art, but I did.
This is my secret word for
Use my overdrive pretty soon.
Understood.
I'm just doing this for the buff.
Now is the time to attack.
Right.
I don't know if you can like link with anyone here with your aunt's overdrive. No. I don't know if anyone here can. I'll wait until I get to Elisa. I can also just accelerate. This would actually be the most bullshit team comp. Because Elisa can just like CP battery, and then Monkeys accelerates, and then Claire accelerates. I'm coming up with bullshit. I'm not gonna do this right now though. Petrify chance. None?
Great! Now's our chance.
An opening.
Here I go!
Yeah, that works for me.
Here I go! Overdrive! Now's our chance! Gotcha! I can do this.
It's a blind chance. Kind of shitty. I mean, it's better than nothing. Oh, burn. It's even worse. Go with blind.
Pierce them! Mirage arrow! Now! Gotcha! Righto! Now's our chance! Follow me, you guys! Leave it
Yes,
to me!
ma'am.
Only similarities is the fish has scales. Yeah.
Come on, Lenny!
It's almost dead. Fuck it.
Suppress targets. Mirror devices activated. Orbital laser fire. Mission complete. May you rest in peace. Good work, everyone.
I only used one of my overdrives. The thing is, if I have a really long boss fight, the experience I get is so much higher. Because I end up with like a 3-point whatever modifier
Great!
from all those turns. But I was gonna check the end of the valley. It always fast travels me when I don't want it to. Alright, I brought it back. Sounds like things got pretty hairy out there. Allow me to apologize for exposing all of you to danger like that. Thought I could handle myself in dangerous places, but my overconfidence may have been my undoing this time. Feel as though I've learned anew just how dangerous it can be to leave the shelter of a town. Well, as long as you understand that, I suppose that's all that matters. Yeah, no one got hurt, and she gets what she did wrong. You've really helped me out here by finding her. Here, take this little something for your efforts. Oh. What? Prankster? She's been learning the damn thing, did she? Apparently not. I was not expecting 2 quartz. What to do? Effort, I forget. Ooh, TLoH and Curia. Yeah, that. What does Prankster do? Oh, it's that one. Make a peculiar dish. This is the superb dish. I got the cooking ones. Alright then. I gotta quickly go to the end of the valley. Just because I need to look. I only found one of these penguins, though. Everything else isn't really worth fighting. Especially those fucking hairy things. Whatever they are. Back here! I'll kill you for a small amount of sapith. Yeah. Still won't let me go. Let me go. I will talk to this rock every chance I get. Effort would be OP on fee. Oh my god.
Shall we begin?
My turn.
Meh.
Second form. Damn! Now!
Gotcha!
It's my turn. Locked and look. You won't get away.
Right. You're not getting within range! Yes, sir!
Oh.
There!
Here I go. There! Ha! Now!
Gotcha!
We did it, Elisa.
We really do make it.
You made that joke last game? You may have. Okay, I used all my points. I found a secret side quest. I talked to everyone outside of my own mansion. I think we're good to go. Oh, I never talked to Anna about, like, trading and shit. Can I trade in shit? She's cooking that monster right now. Breeze is pretty good. I'd rather have this than not have this. Even though it'd be cool to have, like, more of these. And I should give this to probably Elliot? What's all on here? Breath, Holy Breath, Mercuria. Doesn't he get one of those? Oh, he already has Breath and Mercuria. Okay, somebody who isn't him. Another caster. Or caster-ish. Elisa's a good backup healer. Fuck Earth Pulse. I have to upgrade. Fuck. Whatever. I'll wait till we're actually in a chapter and I'll put it on somebody. Breeze is a good one though. Never really observed the mansion. I don't know if I've ever really like wandered around in here. I just like run at dots. Don't pay attention. What are you doing in here, Lisa? Your mother told me I could find some tools in here, so here I am. I need them for the work I'm going to be doing on the orbital bike. Wait, you know how the bike works well enough to do that? Well, an engine's an engine, right? I should be able to take it with it. After all Angelica's done for us, I at least want to make sure she gets her precious bike back in top condition. Oh, he's that patient. It's like, I feel fine now. Let's go do shit. It's like, no. Does Rain's mom not have a name? I'm sure she does. I say with confidence. I feel like when the first time she talked in this game and they did the introduction, I'm sure it didn't just say Rain's mom. She does. She absolutely does. I don't remember what it is. I mean, they're just calling my dad Baron Shorzer right now. Oh, let's see if she's in the book. She must be in the book. How is this family not in the book? How does this make sense? Also, how do I have 0 out of 3 for uses when I had that steamy hot bath with him? How is his family not in this book? She has a name, I guarantee. His dad's name is like Bernard or something. Oh, I know why we've never seen Reen's room, because the game always fucking, like... It just always fades to black, and next story beat... That's why we've never seen Reen's room before. I thought I was just being negligent. It always just does that. I'm not allowed to see my own room, apparently. Eventually, the clock struck 12. One by one, Class 7 began to make their way to the Phoenix Wings cafeteria. Once they had all gathered, they jumped right into discussing what they were going to do from that point forward.
Oh, you went up a rank.
Went up 2 ranks.
Here's a little something from the guild.
Braveheart, Invigorate.
Keep it up.
Okay.
You should be proud of yourself.
Oh my god, finally. Ugh. We did it. We got an S rank. I found all the things. Why is it referring to experience as subtitles? What difference does it make? That's what they are.
I've thought long and hard about it, and I think we as a class need to find a third way. A path of our own, separate from the ones the reformist and noble factions are taking.
It's more of a name than just saying Reen's mom, Reen's dad, as if they don't exist outside of their own son. Adopted son. I think it makes more sense this way.
A third way, you say? I do agree. It wouldn't feel quite right for us to directly support either side.
True, we might be military academy students, but we're still students.
Involving ourselves in a civil war isn't something we should take lightly. We might have a divine knight on our side, but we're still going to need to be very careful how we proceed.
Whatever we do, Valimar will certainly be at the center.
No doubt. We've all seen how powerful the Divine Knights are. If we use them right, we can intervene in the war as much as we want.
They're quite literally beings of legend. However, his potential influence on the war is all the more reason why he will need to be used cautiously.
What are we gonna do then? Even if we agree on not siding with either of the factions, I'm pretty sure each of us have different stuff we want to do.
Well, viewing the story from Reen's point of view. I'm moving past this. This is... no.
And different things that we have to do, too.
Yeah, that's true. For my part, I need to rescue Elise and Princess Alphen from the Noble Alliance's clutches. Whether it's alone or with you guys, it's something I'll do.
There's no way you'll be alone for that. We're with you all the way. I'm concerned about Dad, too, what with them having him under arrest.
I still can't get in contact with Fiona either. I'm glad I was able to see Dad, but I'm worried about her.
For me, I'm worried about Ruhr as a whole. It's a huge relief to see you're all right, Sharon, but Mother's still unaccounted for.
I'm sorry I can't do more to comfort you, my lady.
And I have no idea where Father's been for the past month. I'm certain he must be well, but all the same.
We're all worried about our families, I see. Hopefully, we can find some information on all of them before the fighting gets any more fierce.
I'm certainly not worried about the safety of mine. Although, suffice it to say, if we choose to intervene in the war, conflict with them is all but inevitable.
That goes for Zeno and Leo, too. They've been hired by the Noble Alliance, so I'd say it's likely we'll run into them in the future. Plus, Emma and I still need to talk to Vita to see what exactly she's trying to do. To figure out what's so important to her that she was willing to break a taboo to do it.
That's true.
Whatever you decide to do, you'll have my full support. Just as the warriors of Nord did 250 years ago,
There's a lot of shit on the table
I'm
here.
determined to fight to protect my second homeland and those who live within it.
Oh, same! We can do this! I can back him up, right, Claire?
How could I say no? I have my own duties to take care of as part of the Railway Military Police, but I fully intend to support all of you with everything I have.
I'm thinking it's about time I return to helping the guild, actually. But I'll still be in touch with Sarah, so I'm sure I can lend a hand or two anytime you need it.
Naturally, I'd be overjoyed to continue serving as your dormitory's caretaker.
I'm your instructor, so you're stuck with me to the very end. Whatever you choose to do, you'll have my support. You're going to need to decide on a more specific course of action, though. Resolving to find a third way is a start, but only a start. It also leaves plenty of questions that need to be answered on top of it all.
Well, then how about this? Let's figure out right now whether or not we want to keep using Ymir as our base of operations.
Just so we're clear on this, there's a limit to how many people can use the Spirit Path at any one time. And with as many people as we have now, I'm not sure how useful it's going to be at this point.
And we're limited on how frequently we can use it.
Oh, right.
But we're also just as limited on where we can go otherwise. We haven't exactly been the most subtle group around. Who's to say we could even operate elsewhere?
An astute point. The Noble Alliance will no doubt be even more wary of us than before.
In the end, no matter what we decide, we lose.
Indeed. Yet we're short on time, so a decision must be made now.
There's gotta be something that only we can do.
Yeah. I don't know what it is, but I know it exists. And I'm sure that we'll find it. The best thing we can do now is keep talking things out until we find a way. There's no point in rushing into a decision.
Well, doesn't this look fun? Mind if I join in?
What in the world?
It couldn't be.
Vita!
It's lovely to see you again, Emma. You were finally able to reunite with all of your classmates. I'm happy for you. Really, I am. The goddess was on your side after all.
Cut the crap, Vita. Have you been listening in all this time? Where are you?
I'm not far at all. Listen closely now.
That sounds just like...
Is that?
The Claude. Oh, that's a good nickname for her.
It's coming from above us!
Miss Cloddled. The Claude.
Isn't that the Noble Alliance Force's flagship?
What's the Pantagruel doing here?
Damn it! I didn't think she'd tell the rest of their army where we were.
But why now?
Why? Because our preparations are finally complete.
Vita!
Vita, you're here. Yes, I am here, in the flesh. Good day to you all, Class 7. As nice as it would be to finally give you a hug, Emma, I wouldn't want to keep our guest of honor waiting any longer. So, without further ado...
Is that Crow?
Can't be. Isn't that...
The Azure Knight. Crow.
Long time no see, guys. Sorry for dropping in on you like this, but I'm sure you know the drill by now. You ready to have some fun?
Is that really you, Crow?
There's no doubt about it.
See. You damn terrorist.
Come on!
Right. Heed my call! Valimar!
This is all a ploy to steal Valimar, isn't it?
Acknowledged.
Like Ymir's gonna be wiped off the map. I don't think so. I would be surprised if they legit did that.
I'm not gonna lose this time, because at the end of the day, he's just an obstacle that needs to be overcome. So lend me your power, Valimar!
Very well. Use my power as you see fit.
You've really taken to piloting since your last encounter, haven't you? I was hoping you would, and you didn't let me down. You boys have so much potential. But potential is only that. Potential. And you, Reem, might want to reevaluate just how many obstacles need overcoming.
This is bad.
Aren't those the Alliance's allies?
Long time no see, kiddos. You doing all right, Fee?
I see the purple lightning has joined your ranks.
Zeno. Leo.
Zephyr!
And a few members of Ouroboros, too. Guess all the big guys wanted a piece of us today.
And look, Sammy's here too! Kindly stop referring to Clown Soleus with that bizarre nickname.
Ha ha!
Ah, it's such a pleasure to visit this wintry wonderland once again.
Oh, it's a pleasure, all right. Time for my long-awaited revenge has finally come. Now you shall pay!
Isn't Crow a secondary contractor? I don't think so. No, he was already sitting inside the Azure Knight when that happened, I think.
It's only been 2 days since you first fought them, you know.
This could pose a problem.
I don't remember exactly when that contract happened. I don't remember if it was right at the end of the game or if it happened before. I don't remember exactly when that happened. I feel like that happened at the like during the showdown.
Why send so many powerful allies here? And all at once?
You've proven to be rather formidable adversaries after all. It wouldn't do to underestimate you.
What, he can teleport too?
Rufus.
Sally would have been a better name.
I'm pleased to see you all again, ladies and gentlemen of Class 7. As for you, dear brother, I was told that you'd run away from home. It does my heart good to see you safe and sound. So, you've finally gathered up the will to make the difficult choices life set at your feet, I presume. Even if those choices place you in my line of fire?
Yes, I have.
I can't believe he's shown up too.
The Noble Alliance is pulling out all the stops to finally get rid of us, aren't they?
Reen, we'll take care of everything here. You and Valimar have your own battle to fight.
Are you sure?
We're in for a real brawl out here, but a guy couldn't ask for a better opponent.
Leave the battle on the ground to us.
We've no intention of backing down without a fight. Wait, Sharon! I know they're all strong, but still.
Well, what do you say we get started?
Here it comes!
I'm impressed. You managed to hold your own better than I expected you to. It's only been a month or so, but you've really grown as an Awakener, Reen.
Well, it's hard to go through the kinds of things I have without growing from the experience. And now that I've done all that, I'm going to be the one who takes you down!
No, you're not. I said you could hold your own, not that you could win. Remember, there's still a 3-year gap's worth of experience between us. And it's time you realize just how much of an impact that gap has.
That's enough, Crow!
Do they really stand a chance?
Well, they're putting up a good fight so far, but... yeah, it's not looking good.
Why aren't you helping?
They're outnumbered, for one thing.
Then it's time we lent them our aid.
Agreed. Weapons at the ready, guys.
Always in a rush, aren't you? Stay right where you are. I'll serve as your opponent today.
You will?
What if Super Saiyan can... What if Reen can go Super Saiyan, Valimar power?
Trying to stop us from
That would
joining
be cool
in?
if you could.
I'd rather our intrusion cause as little inconvenience as possible for the people of this village. I'll let you make the first move. It's been quite some time since I last instructed you in fencing uses. I look forward to seeing how you've improved.
Wow.
His guard's perfect.
Stay alert. Rufus is a master of court fencing. We'll need to put all we have into this battle to even stand a chance against him.
I would have it no other way.
I should have put Breeze on somebody before all this. Melee for power or Machias for accelerate? That's the question here. I only have one good physical attacker in Laura, so I should probably just go with Millie. Although the energy shell and everything's really good, I probably won't run out of it. I have EP charges.
Show me what you're capable of.
Oh, like.
It would have been funny if he just one-shot us. Show me what you're capable of. Ugh. Nothing. You suck. Beat. Oh, I forgot it's like improved now, so it's huge.
Keep it up, everyone.
Very well. Now's our chance.
Leave it to me.
Right. Hang in there.
I suppose I should thank you.
Onward. Shatter.
Well, that's bad. I don't have art defense up either. Also, he gets this instantly? That's not fair.
I'm sorry, everyone.
Right.
That's really not fair. Oh my god.
Sorry, would you mind? I'll take it from here.
Blessing of the moon.
I suppose I should thank you.
My turn.
Thanks.
Oh, like.
Onward.
I'm really sad I didn't bring Machias now.
I leave this to you.
I'll handle this. Hang in there.
I suppose I should
Thank
thank
you
you.
very much.
Probably do some damage. Probably dumb to use all their CP, but...
Oh, like.
Very well.
We've barely done a dent. I really need the speed up.
Right.
And he's fucking muted. Of course he is. You can only reach... Well, that's fine. We're
Listen to
in the
my
most
song
need of help.
Thanks.
Oh, cool. He does that instantly. I really wanted Emma to, like, do her art reflect thing, but sure, I guess we'll just get one shot now. The only reason I'm surviving is because a few of us have shield.
Here I go.
It's the only reason, because a few of us have shield. So we can evade magic. I don't think Millie still has her art reflect. I really wanted the crescent shell. I don't know what to do. Am I supposed to lose? Because this is kind of bullshit. Part of me makes me think I'm supposed to lose. Can I just move out of this? No, he's casting fucking Clay and Solarion again. I feel like I'm just supposed to lose. Maybe I could just impede it. Laura doesn't have impede. Millie has impede, I think. She has shield though. You know what? Fuck it.
How about this?
I'm sorry,
Like, that does
everyone.
almost double everyone's max. Okay, yeah. Maybe you get AP for, like...
Well, I won't deny that was an entertaining diversion.
Doing a certain amount of damage.
But you'd do well to intensify your training regimen if you hope to best me.
That's totally doable, though. That's totally doable with Emma. Because I just magic reflect all the time.
How is he so strong?
We didn't stand a chance.
He might even be stronger than Sarah.
Are you guys okay?
Hey, you really think you've got time to be worrying about them? You ain't getting out of this one, Green.
All right, bring it on! It's time to settle this, Crow!
Bring it on!
Well, I've definitely missed some AP, but whatever.
This'll be a tough one. Be careful.
You're doing that shit already? Oh, it's not the arm. Did so little damage. Okay, we're supposed to lose these.
Think you can handle this?
Yeah, this is literally unwinnable.
This is bad.
Like I don't have the ability to heal. Or do I? Recover. Oh, recovers 5% HP.
Bring it on! Darkness, clean! You're wasting your time!
Really?
This is bad. Hey! Are you okay?
Settled enough for you?
This is also a very Japanese thing, but this is also a very like Legend of Heroes thing. You just like constantly be fighting boss battles that you're not supposed to win. It happens a lot in this series.
You didn't even bother to use that trump card of yours.
He wasn't even trying last time, then was he?
Come on. With the way you are now, I don't even need to try. I'll always win. And that Reen perfectly illustrates just how massive the gulf between us is. Maybe you think you've had it tough up till now, but you're gonna need to go through a hell of a lot more if you want to even the odds.
I see the battle here has come to an end.
Oh, hey Vita.
I can't help but feel a little bummed that everything went exactly as I thought it would. Still, it just goes to show how much faith I have in your skills, my sweet Azure Chevalier.
Funny, I don't recall ever becoming yours. How's everything up top?
I think it's only a matter of time before the battle is decided. But we've caused enough trouble for the people of Ymir already. It's about time we brought this to a close. Finestrum Phantasma.
Window.
My apologies for not coming down to speak with you in person, ladies and gentlemen of Thor's Military Academy. You know who I am, of course, but I am Duke Cayenne, ruler of the Lemaire province and supreme leader of the Noble Alliance.
Duke Cayenne?
So even the big guy himself is here.
What, are they just vassalizing this territory?
I must say, what a curious group we have here. I'd heard as much, but allow me to extend my most heartfelt congratulations. My expectations have thoroughly been exceeded. When I saw young Eustace and Laura in Legram earlier this year, I could never have imagined this is how we would next meet. Oh, I'm sure your parents must have warned you against wandering off with such disreputable individuals on a number of occasions. But I suppose every child thinks that they alone know what is best for themselves. Duke Alborea was simply livid about what happened. But it can't hurt to learn more about the outside world,
Every word that leaves his mouth is condescending.
Did you come all the way here just to tell us that?
Don't be silly, child. Reen Schwarzer. I had this meeting arranged because I wanted to speak with you. Perhaps the method was a touch too garish for something so simple, but do forgive me for not formally requesting an audience.
With me?
With you. Allow me to get right to the point. I wish to invite you, Ashen Chevalier, aboard our flagship.
Wait, why?
I've heard all about your magnificent exploits across the land, and so I thought it would be nice to sit down and have a long, pleasant chat with you about the past, the present, as well as your future.
Are you suggesting?
You want Ring to join the Noble Alliance?
Should you accept my invitation, we will withdraw peacefully from Ymir. Furthermore, I give you my personal assurance that we will leave this village alone for the duration of this war. A fine proposition, is it not? Are we interested?
Very well. Allow me to accept your invitation.
Don't be an idiot! This is clearly a trap! They wouldn't come all the way out here and take you into their flagship if it weren't.
I appreciate your concern. A trap or not, this might be a good chance for us, too. I think I'd regret it if I let it pass. Balamar, transport Celine back outside.
Are you certain?
Now hold it right there!
Don't worry about me. The odds were against all of us getting back together, but we did it. And I'm sure we can do it again, too. So just wait with Emma for now. I'll be back before you know it. Balamar, if you would.
Very well.
Wait!
It seems the time has come for us to part ways once again. But remember this. You're an Alberea. There is power and dignity in that name. To whatever end you would use it, I want you to prove that the convictions you cling to are worthy of your loyalty. Not for my benefit, but for yours.
Wait!
Lord Rufus!
Well met, Lord Schwarzer. It's a pleasure to see you again. Allow me to extend my apologies for the harm my father visited upon this town and its people.
Never mind that. What do you intend to do with my son? And what is a promising young man like yourself?
We're simply going to borrow young Reen for a short while. There's nothing to worry about. I'm a busy man these days, though, so for now, I bid you adieu.
Reen! They all finally got back together, too. Why?
Sorry, but I'll be back, I promise. So stay safe.
Master Reed!
Reed!
The end of CS2. Whatever. Imagine if it was. I'd be like, holy shit, this game was short. This is a lot of Link level ups. Well, that's the end of Act 1. I don't know how many acts there are. Probably, maybe 3? I don't know.
So this is what Duke Cayenne looks like from up close. It's hard to believe that I've ended up in the same room as the leader of the Noble Alliance. Although, I guess we did meet back in Legram before the war broke out.
Reen Schwarzer,
Truth be told, we don't want this war to drag on any more than you do.
Really?
We only acted as we did due in part to our dearly departed Chancellor's behavior being far too unreasonable to justify turning a blind eye. He garnered the trust of His Majesty, and in turn misused that trust. He flagrantly disregarded this nation's beloved culture and traditions, treating Erebonia as if it were his own personal property.
That's ironic.
Surely you too noticed this.
Well, I can't say I disagree.
I mean, he was a bad man. Osborn was a bad man.
We did hear story after story during our field studies about how aggressive his policies were, about the way he didn't care how many enemies he made as a result, creating terrorist groups like the Imperial Liberation Front.
But as I said, the cause of our nation's ills is now gone. Now, all that remains is to turn back the hands of time just a touch, and the good old days of the Empire will be upon us once more. The key to this bright future lies in putting aside our differences and joining hands. Am I wrong?
I'm afraid that yes, you are. Do you honestly believe that people can so easily put aside their differences after all the Alliance has done? You occupied Heimdall and effectively took every one of its citizens hostage, imprisoned the Imperial family. And let's not forget how you're now in league with the enemy nation responsible for the destruction of Gorelia Fortress. After all that, the Imperial army would never bow their heads to the likes of you, even if the rest of the population did.
My word, I'm afraid there's been a terrible misunderstanding. The Imperial family is simply under our loving protection. They certainly haven't been imprisoned.
Mm-hmm.
But that does bring me to exactly why I want you to help us.
It does?
The Azure Knight is already on our side. But if we had your Ashen Knight as well, that would mean we'd have two of the great knights of Erebonian legend to put into play. Couple them with our Panzer Soldats, and the Imperial Army's armored divisions would cower before us. You may not find us winning the war ideal, but this union benefits everyone more than carrying on until our inevitable victory,
I don't think it's that simple.
I beg to differ. The presence of Soldats units on a battlefield makes a tremendous difference. What they may lack in firepower and armor compared to tanks, they make up for in mobility and versatility. But more important than even those factors is the psychological impact they have on our opponents.
Well...
We're only human. As such, we are as captivated as we are terrified of giant beings bearing human form. And if that holds true even for mass-produced soldats made with modern technology, it will be all the more true for the divine knights of legend you and Crow possess.
Can't argue with that logic.
I will say it once more. Gileath Osborn is dead, and with his death, all that's left to be done is end this ridiculous war and return order to the Empire. Only then will everything be as it should. That includes both your pleasant academy life and the peaceful days of darling Elise and her friend the princess.
Are you trying to?
Whatever you ultimately decide, their safety is guaranteed. I would ask that you promise him this, if nothing else, Your Grace.
But of course, I'm not a monster.
Rufus.
He says it like a monster.
We may stand on opposite sides of this conflict, but I still sit on Thor's board of directors. And in that capacity, I suggest you consider carefully the choice before you. After all, every soldier must decide for himself whether a cause is worth fighting, perhaps even dying for. I look forward to hearing your answer.
Please come with us, Master Reen. We will escort you to your guest room. Food and refreshments will be provided for you there. I'm glad this game isn't being as formulaic as the last one. The series in general has been pretty formulaic with its structures. And the last one especially was really formulaic. And the first act was pretty formulaic, just like from part A, part B to part C. So I'm glad we're getting some mix-ups in here.
All that's left to be done is end this ridiculous war and return order to the Empire. Only then will everything be as it should. That includes both your pleasant academy life and the peaceful days of darling Elise and her friend the princess.
I suggest you consider carefully the choice before you. After all, every soldier must decide for himself whether a cause is worth fighting, perhaps even dying for. I look forward to hearing your answer.
It's hard to argue that this war began because the noble faction went too far. But the longer it goes on, the more people are going to suffer. Am I really okay with that? If I join them, I could reduce the number of victims, be friends with Crow again, free Elise and Princess Elfin. No, this isn't that simple. Think, Rain, think! I was able to reunite with the others, but Elise and Princess Elfin are still in the Alliance's custody. What's the best thing I can do? This isn't just about me. What do all of us want to do?
Keep racking your brain like that and smoke will start coming out of your ears.
He has a picnic basket.
What do you want?
Hey now, no need to give me that look. I figured I was gonna find you busy thinking everything over like your life depended on it. And what do you know? I was right.
It kinda does.
How about you mind your own damn business?
Yeah. I mean,
Don't
I love
have
you.
better
I mean,
things
shut
to
up.
do with your time. I figured the glorious Azure Chevalier would be far too busy with the war to be hanging out around here.
It's tough being popular. If you joined us, I could get away with doing half the work I am now. So come on, stop freaking out about it so much and make a choice.
This isn't something I can just decide by flipping a coin, Crow. And besides, it'd probably be an easier choice if not for a certain someone. What's that in your hand, anyway?
Grub, of course. Kinda early, but I brought you your lunch. Mind if I join you?
Hamburgers, fries, and onion rings, huh? I was expecting something more fancy like I had last night.
Oh, that kind of food more your thing? Okay then, give me a minute while I go ask the chef to whip something up.
That is an impressively green drink.
No, this is fine. The burger looks delicious.
Cool. All right, dig in.
This tastes kinda different from a normal burger. Oh, no wonder. It's got whitefish in it.
Yeah, they're called
Mountain Dew.
fish burgers. Pretty good, right?
Yeah, the tartar sauce makes for an unusual extra flavoring too.
Man, fish burgers and tartar sauce. So good.
This tastes amazing. I like this way more than the food I had last night, to be honest.
Although I prefer not breaded fish because every breaded thing that you can buy tastes the fucking same. It's the same breading, and I'm not a huge fan of it.
Well, glad to hear it. Guess it was worth putting my cooking skills to the test after all.
Wait, you made this?
Was my first time cooking in a while, too. Sharon could probably do better, though. But I wanted to give it a shot anyway. This stuff was like soul food back in Jirai where I grew up.
Oh.
To think, all the time we spent searching for the leader of the Imperial Liberation Front, and he was right under our
Poison.
noses.
I mean, one of the most common things you hear about for food poisoning is fish tacos.
Crow Armbrust from the Jirai SEZ.
I don't know if I've ever had a fish taco.
Oh, yeah. Vita was using some weird thing of hers to let you see what was going on, wasn't she? So I guess you saw what happened there.
Yeah. Jirai was that special economic zone in the northwest you guys went to during our August field study, too.
We didn't run into anything like that in the Jirai Special Economic Zone. Well, I guess that makes sense, seeing as it's under the direct control of the Imperial government and not a noble. I seem to recall that was annexed 8 years ago, is that right? Yeah, the Empire stitched it on nice and neat without much opposition. Now it's prospering as a special economic zone on the coast. Seemed like a pretty lively place.
So you ended up going back to your old hometown then?
Yeah, by pure coincidence. It's changed a lot since I was last there, so it was kind of surreal being back again. But it was nostalgic in its own way, too.
It's been bugging me for a long time now. What could have made you want to join a group of terrorists like the Imperial Liberation Front? What was it that made you hate Chancellor Osborne that much? Enough to take his life? Tell me, Crow. Please. I want to know what it was that made you who you are now.
He's shocked like this wouldn't have come up.
What kind of place Jirai was, how you lived there, and what you were doing before you entered the academy and met Toa, Angelica, and George.
Where's the fun in prying into a guy's past? Save all that talk for your number one in class. Who's the lucky girl anyway? Elisa? Laura? Emma? Fee? And don't tell me it's Milliam, because, you know, it...
I'm serious, Crow. I really want to know. Think of telling me your past as paying off the interest you owe on that 50 Mira. Because until I know, until we know, we won't be able to move forward.
So joke's on you. It was useless with me in the bath.
You're really serious.
And it was you before.
Crow? My past really isn't that big of a deal, you know. It's got nothing on yours, that's for sure. If you find yourself thinking that's all when I'm done, well, I warned you. So, you really want to know?
Yeah. Nothing you say will change my mind. Please, tell me.
All right, you win. Like I said, it's just your run-of-the-mill sob story. Pick up any history textbook and you'll probably find a dozen others just like it. It's the kind of story that's so common no one bothers to remember it, like it never even happened. Back in those days, Jirai was known as Jirai City. It was a city-state off the coast of northwest Zemuria that prospered through maritime trade with West Erebonia, North Ambria, and Remiferia.
What are these other countries? I've never heard of them.
It had a population of around 150,000 people, so it wasn't exactly a big place or anything. Because of that, the surrounding nations left it alone and let us live out our days in peace. We were pretty fortunate, all things considered. Until about 20 years ago. That was when the North Ambrian disaster struck, and much of the Principality of North Ambria was turned to salt.
Ah, okay. Okay, we definitely heard about this.
And as a result, trade on the northwest shore was reduced to virtually nothing. Day after day, Jirai's prosperity started to fade away. Still, it wasn't all bad. We had our fishing, our historic landmarks, our septium mines. We could make use of those to get trade going again, both to keep our state running and to help out North Ambria. In fact, the one who advocated that approach was the mayor, my grandfather.
Imagine if you've never played any of the other games and you're like, the country turned to salt? That's like the first time you've heard of it. You're like, ugh. I think that was also a side thing in the third game.
City ever had.
You could have easily played through the Sky Games and not known that still.
He was a stubborn old bastard, but he had this wry sense of humor, and was well loved by everyone. I lost my mom and dad early, so he was also my only living relative. He taught me just about everything a guy could know.
Guess they were pretty salty.
He was like a mom, dad, and your old master rolled into one, I guess. Anyway, fast forward to 10 years ago. Out of nowhere, we received this proposal from the Erebonian government. They said they wanted to extend a railway line from Heimdall all the way to Jirai. We relied on the sea for trade before, but there wasn't any reason to believe we couldn't benefit from being connected to Heimdall by rail. The proposal drew overwhelming support from the city's council, and as a result, my grandfather was forced to accept. Within a year, the city had all of its old life back and then some. The streets were more bustling than ever. But keep in mind, this was the result of huge amounts of imperial capital flowing into the city. Land and buildings we once treasured were bought up left and right. Everything became a target for investment. People only cared about making money. Something similar supposedly happened in Crossbell too, but unlike there, no opposition existed in Jirai. My grandfather sensed something was off, and he tried what he could to get the situation under control. Then one day, someone blew up the railway line leading to Jirai. Everyone demanded that it be repaired as quickly as possible. Everyone except the Imperial government. Instead, they panned our national security arrangements for being insufficient and threatened to withdraw all Imperial capital. The city was left in an uproar like we'd never seen. Shares plummeted, and with no one able to ascertain the culprit's identity, chaos reigned. That was when he showed up. Chancellor Gileath Osborne, in his third year as representative of the Imperial government, personally came to Jirai. We then received a second proposal.
The restoration of the railway and its future security will be seen to by the Imperial Army. In return for our continued assistance and safekeeping, Jirai will come under the wing of our glorious empire and attain even greater prosperity as a special economic zone.
The timing was too good to be true, really. Realizing this, my grandfather staunchly opposed the idea. He tried everything he could to convince the city's council to reject the offer. Unfortunately, once you taste the sweet fruit of prosperity, it's hard to want to go back. The council, made up of influential merchants and all their greed, jumped at the offer. And tempted by the elimination of customs, together with the tax breaks from being an SEZ, many of the citizens did too. And during all that, they'd conveniently found a suspect behind the railway incident, my grandfather. He loved Jirai more than anyone, and up till then, its people loved him too. And yet, virtually overnight, he found himself facing the wrath of both the city's council and the citizens alike. Left with no choice, he resigned from his position as mayor, and Jirai formally became part of the empire. Both of these things happened on the same exact day. That was 8 years ago. Naturally, everyone knew my grandfather wasn't the one who did it. They knew who was really responsible. They just turned a blind eye to the truth. See? I warned you. Just your run-of-the-mill sob story.
I don't know what to say, Crow. What happened to him after that? Your grandfather?
One day, he just up and died. Once he resigned, the whole affair with the railway getting blown up was all but forgotten. He lived comfortably in retirement for about half a year, fell ill, and that was that. He just lost the will to go on, I guess. Like I said, he was the only family I had. I mean, I had plenty of friends even then, but I chose to leave it all behind. I was 13 at the time. I wandered the land, doing whatever I had to get by. That was when I met old Cayenne, who happily indulged my hatred for the Chancellor. And with his financial backing, I went out with the goal to find others who were just like me. That was the beginning of the Imperial Liberation Front. Gideon, Scarlet, and Vulcan were among those I recruited. I'd also met Vita then. I only knew her as the woman who would often come to see Cayenne. She guided me to a place below the city of Ortis, and there slept the Azure Knight Ordine. One after another, I overcame the same trials you did with your friends, but alone. And once I'd proven myself worthy, Ordine accepted me as his awakener. That was 3 years ago. I was 16. My preparations complete, I concealed my background and enrolled in a military academy near the capital. Everything I did for the sole purpose of taking the Chancellor's head. Come on now, what's with the face? You look sadder about all this than I do.
Yeah, I guess.
I swear. I'm not trying to tell you the Chancellor was evil or anything.
What?
Still, there's no denying that he managed to outwit my grandfather. And he may have lost, but Pop's always loved a good gamble. It's thanks to him that I'm pretty good at chess, card games, that kind of stuff. I'd say it's fairly normal for a student to want to avenge his master's defeat, wouldn't you?
Maybe.
At the end of the day, there's no denying this country has problems, and the Chancellor's methods were making them worse. I studied those problems, worked out how to use the situation to my advantage, and then won the game with an all-or-nothing gamble. But when you think of how peaceful Jirai is now, I'd say I've got a duty to clear up the mess left behind by my game too, which means ending this war and restoring peace. So it's only when that's done that my game is truly over. I don't want whatever your decision is to be influenced by my past.
I don't
okay?
understand all the head touching and why do they always do that? It looks weird.
Like Rufus said, you need to think long and hard about what it is you're fighting for. For you, more than anyone else.
Yeah, but Crow.
Anyway, I think I've stuck around here for long enough. You're gonna be treated as a visitor. Well, sort of. It's about time for the higher-ups to head back to Heimdall, so go ahead and pass the time however you want.
However I want? What else can I even do here?
Who dat? Is that like one of their personal airships? What?
There'll be no guards outside your room, so if you want to try and escape, be my guest. Just keep in mind that some members of Ouroboros and Zephyr are on board too. Not to mention me, Scarlet, and Vulcan. So if you're up for a gamble of your own, get ready to take all of us on.
Sounds fun.
This is where he goes Super Saiyan and just like, fuck everything! Rips the entire ship to shreds, kills everyone on board except
Oh
for
yeah,
Crow.
one more thing. There's this real cute visitor in the guest of honors room on the second floor. I think she'd perk right up if she saw you, so why not go pay her a visit? Just don't go making your girl jealous, okay?
I wonder who he means. He said she's in the guest of honors room.
It's one of two people.
Well, I can't waste much time here. I told everyone I'd definitely come back soon.
Most likely Elise. Could be Princess Alvin, it's most likely Elise.
Right now, I need to gather as much information as I can. I can make my choice after that. At least then, it'll be an informed one.
That's a lot of info. This will be something I look into tomorrow. I am quite tired. Getting increasingly sleepy, so I'm gonna end it here tonight. We started today with an intimate, steamy bath with Eustace. Ended it with a heart-to-heart with our ex. Anyway, if you enjoyed your time here, feel free to follow, if you've not done so already. But until next time, I've grown delirious in my exhaustion. Thanks for hanging out.